Okay, so Alberta Premier Danielle Smith was down visiting Trump at Mar-a-Lago recently with Kevin O'Leary, and she came home and made a few startling comments. She believes, based on her discussions with Trump, that he is dead set on going ahead with these tariffs, as in she's convinced that he wants to put them in place. So that definitely increased the probability that Canada is going to face some tariffs in the near future. I believe the bond market is reacting to this, the interest rate markets, hence why rates have spiked up a little bit in the last 2 days. I mean, also the jobs number last week also started, more or less got the train moving, but this just adds to the fire. If you look at the 5-year in the last few days, it's really shot up, which prompted a lot of our lenders in the last 24 hours to increase their fixed rates. So everyone out there that is in the process of getting a mortgage, fixed rates on a lot of lenders just went up a little bit, about 0.3%. Not all lenders yet, but most lenders have increased their rates. Okay, a little bit of a segue here, same topic though. Trump, what is his motive with these tariffs? What is his economic framework that he's operating under that makes these tariffs make sense? I thought about this for a bit, and here's my thinking. He wants to put tariffs in place to generate tax revenue such that he can afford to reduce income taxes. So he's shifting the tax burden from income tax to consumption tax. So you think about it, a tariff gets placed on a product, and when a person pays the higher price for that product in their home country, they are more or less paying a tax. So it's a consumption tax. So taxation is switching from income tax to consumption tax. Personally, I agree with this. I think government should incentivize people to save their money and invest, and decentivize them to spend less, especially in today's world where people buy more than they can afford and debt is running rampant. Okay, another element to it is he's also giving tax incentives for companies to bring their manufacturing back home. So if you make a product and you bring the manufacturing of it back to the US, you have a tax incentive to do so, because now that consumption tax is not placed on your product, it's only placed on foreigners' products. So it's a tax incentive to generate more business activity on the mainland. That is it in a nutshell, big picture. Trump wants to move taxation from income tax to consumption tax, and he wants to give incentives for companies to onshore their manufacturing of their products back in the US. That's it. And that's why I believe that he actually really wants to do this. It's a grand economic policy. How much tariffs he actually puts in place, I think will really depend on negotiations. And obviously, like any smart negotiator, he's starting with the goalpost really wide, and they'll probably end up somewhere in, closer to the middle. But I think he really actually wants tariffs, as I explained. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Take care, everyone.